Yuhu, balik lagi di Hogwarts Legacy. Oh ya, sedikit kasih tahu juga ya. Untuk di akun YouTube ini ada 2 orang yang pakainya, ada cinnamon dengan waffle. Yang kalau main yang story gitu biasanya waffle. Dan kalau yang main game-game biasa itu biasanya cinnamon. Nah, kita lanjutin, kemarin kita udah masuk ke asramanya Slytherin. Sekarang kita bakal ngelanjutin petualangan kita lagi sebagai Balthazar Wood. Ini kita mengelilingi Hogwarts. Nah, kita cari tahu gimana sih Hogwarts itu. Pasti misterinya dari Portky kemarin itu. Nah, dasar yuk ruangan kamar. Nah, ini kemarin kamar kita nih, kamar Slytherin. Nuansa hijau apa nih. Nah, kita ke kamar room. Wih, gotik gitu ya suasananya.
I suppose some introductions are in order.
Kita ketemu Zelda, Om Ini, dan Sebastian.
Already knew that.
Sebastian.
Can I help you?
Did you see them?
Ah, you're the new 5th year. I'm Sebastian Sallow. Welcome to Slytherin.
Teman
Thank you.
Not
satu
everyone
asrama
has
kita
a
nih.
ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
It was
was
dreadful,
exciting.
certainly, but quite an experience nonetheless.
Interesting perspective. How did you and Fig manage to escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
Oke. Katanya nih,
What book were you reading?
A spell book I picked up. Has a few interesting things, but not exactly what I was looking for. I'm sure you'll find out soon enough. But not every spell you may need can be found in our assigned textbooks.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
klik today.
If you do that, you'll lose. Trust me.
Yeah.
Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate.
Kalian juga catat
Told
mereka
you.
tuh guys.
You should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Dia lihat dengan ini nih. Pakai sapu.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Are you a keen Wizard chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Kita tanya Kak ya, do you fly a lot?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Bye then. Nah, kita ominis.
I really hope we get to see, or at least hear one today.
Buta ya.
heard one.
Hanya matanya putih gitu.
Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous.
Ominis
Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Kita idol
Well,
dong.
If I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're definitely in the right house. Do let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here, though I doubt you'll need it.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts.
Turunannya
Not
salah
something
satu
I'm
Slytherin.
especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Thank you, Ominous.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
Oh, kita dipanggil dah. Naik dia. Hello, Professor Weasley.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've
Ya,
been dreaming
kita
of this
siap.
day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind.
Okay.
Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs.
OWLs?
Oh,
Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here
Apa nih?
you are.
buku. Oh, buku sihir nih. Wah. Okay.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but
Thank you,
what do you mean it
Professor.
will keep track of what
But-
I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Okay.
This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Ui. Keren juga
The
tuh.
guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
Revelio. 1. Ambil ke dan challenge apa? Mana sih?
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Mana kita berpisah? Mantap pintu kita, guys.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Buka map. Oh ini Hall.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Central Hall.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today.
Ada
And
dua
I'd
kelas nih.
like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Nggak usah deh, kita cari tahu sendiri aja.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you
Aduh, ada
outside of class.
PR-nya.
You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
Kita masih
I'm sorry,
simpan rahasia
Professor, I'm
dulu.
afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil,
Ini
Professor
Professor
Fig.
Fig-nya.
Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Panjang umur
Yes.
Professor Fig.
You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to
Enough
class myself.
chit-chat.
Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Oke, siap, Profesor.
Come find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Oke. Ngobrol dengan Profesor.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but
Kita bohong
I'm
dikit.
fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Open map. Kelas dulu deh.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Okay, bye-bye. Kencang kelas dulu.
You must try it.
And kita tinggal ikutin.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Wait.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Apa nih Gryffindor?
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan?
Shall we begin?
welcome to year 5
Kocak
of
nih
charms.
kayaknya.
Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
Waduh. Jangan mau masuk Pak, jelas mau belajar lah.
Taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Ini belajar nih. Ascio. Oke.
Akio.
Wih. Nggak kebayang sih kita.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice.
Ya, siap
Keep
Pak.
at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well,
Enough.
you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day. I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
After. Me.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your cure at the last. That's it! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them to... Splendid!
Dan jatuh.
Very good!
Okay.
Very good! Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Datang online.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Saya online.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Accio.
Hop. Waduh.
Stay focused.
Watch
Jatuh. Harus jatuhin. Mantap.
You
Kita
are
dapat
not making
50.
this easy for me, are you? Here we go. Yes.
Jatuhin.
Accio.
Ya.
Excellent control there.
Deh.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Yang dari tangannya sekarang guys.
I think we are well past interesting at this
Tangga ya.
point.
Kita semua.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Kena. Mantap. Pergi kau. Mantap.
I thought I had that.
Ya, harus tenang.
Accio.
Ya.
Be sharp.
Ya, malah kita jatuh juga. Oke,
There we
baik.
go.
Accio.
50. Oke, 50.
Splendid.
Katanya kalau kita dapat 50. Mana jangan dorong. Ambil kemana? Hop. Yes.
Nicely done.
Menang kita guys. Mantap.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Well done.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Most Partly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking.
Wagadu?
I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use
A word, if you would.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Hello there. You're the new student.
Hello, you wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the
Hello.
student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all that challenging.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be a bit overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I find Professor Ronan's lessons a bit more challenging than you do.
The Kelas of Art.
Is that all you've got?
Gonzalo.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
Levioso.
Levioso. A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Optik. Jadi kita pelajarannya lagi. Naik. Cukup. Levioso. Yes, dapat Levioso. Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little
Let's
larger.
Levioso. Okay. Yeah, you can edit it.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, Levioso. Good. Now, well done.
Itu kan mau, Professor.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso, this can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Protego. Levioso. Okay, Sings.
I do enjoy Let me always do this with us again.
Stupid one.
Watch your opponent decide to attack or defend yourself.
Ranting dia sana dan meja pertarungan guys.
Not bad for a beginner.
Not bad for a
You
beginner.
give as good as you get.
Dia on stage.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Bye.
Nice work.
Hello.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Tahu nggak ya?
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough.
Sombong dong guys.
You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Till next time.
Kita diundang untuk ikut kompetisi. Aduh ini. Lihat. Pedal the drop the wheels slowly.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Dick.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Excuse me?
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Oh, Professor.
Nothing more, Professor.
I see.
Kita tahan rahasianya masih
A
dulu.
sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
The excitement. Kita.
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
Okay.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Brews.
Bisa coba butterbeer. Butterbeer.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Ada ucing setengah.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
more frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers.
Siap.
A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic.
Yep.
I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
What the first
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Okay. Flying.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Flying pages. Oh, ini dia.
Got it.
Dapat guys. Apa lagi? Ini kasih. Okay.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Revelio.
Mana nih? Nih. Mana dia? Itu. Mantap. Guys. Balik lagi ke Professor Ronin.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't.
Sure.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we?
Shall we?
Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Takut guys. Okay.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it accurately lashed out.
Tapi sebaikin sudah guys. Oke. Balikin. Oke guys. Udah ya, sampai sini dulu episode selanjutnya. Episode selanjutnya berarti kita akan berpetualang ke Hogsmeade untuk ngumpulin supply barang-barang kita yang diambil oleh naga sama mendapatkan tongkat sihir kita sendiri. Oke, bye guys. Thank you. See you next episode. Bye.